Hi Gemini, how are we today? Just doing our weekly readings. This week we're looking at a bit of whatever wants to come out, as well as what's going on with love for you. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate your support. Every single like and comment, it really does help the channel out. So thank you. I've got quite a few decks with me today. As always, Gemini, first off the rank there, I always forget to double check what decks I'm using. We've got the Sacred Spirit reading cards. It's a beautiful deck by Anna Stark. I am using the Telepathy Oracle cards and the Romance Angels Love Oracle when we do sort of look a little bit into love there. And I do also have the Blackbird Lenormand that we are sort of clarifying and getting details with today as well. I have been sort of saying this a lot lately, but I do apologize in advance for any coughing or sniffling. My sinus issues ongoing, so, we do what we can. Okay, but getting into it for you, Gemini, just with the general side of things, what's going on for Gemini? What does Gemini need to be aware of right now? What's going on for our Geminis? What does Gemini need to be aware of, please? Okay, I feel like I want to grab one more for that one as well. Okay, so we do have the Between Worlds card there. New directions. Okay, so sort of between two things at the moment, Gemini, which is it's kind of giving me that energy of Gemini itself as well, with, the twins energy in there. Sometimes you do sort of feel as though you're kind of stuck between two versions of yourself. I'm kind of picking that up very strongly here, Gemini, that the between worlds, for a lot of you, it might be just within yourself that you're feeling as though, you want to be this version of yourself, but you're kind of feeling a little bit stuck in this other version of yourself, or the version of yourself that, others see you to be as. And so struggling a little bit to, find that unity and balance and, be one or the other, and act and, act and speak and whatnot the way that you want to, rather than the way that you sort of used to, I kind of feel here. It's a very interesting energy there, but we do also have the meditation card coming through here as well, Gemini. So improvements require persistence. So, even if you are feeling a little bit sort of stuck between worlds, stuck between versions of yourself at the moment, persistence and, persistently, if you want to be a certain way, it's going to take, persistent action on your behalf, persistently telling yourself, I don't want to react this way, I don't want to talk this way, and continually sort of pulling yourself in a little bit there, and pushing yourself to, really be the version of yourself that you wish to embody here. I really feel for a lot of you, it's just struggling with being the version of yourself that you want to be, versus the version of yourself that, you may be through reactions, or just, that impulsiveness coming through a little bit there as well. Gemini, what does Gemini need to know right now? What does Gemini need to know right now? For some of you, I am picking up too that there is this between worlds, this in-between kind of energy, that there may actually be something in particular that you're feeling sort of, which I'm seeing coming through here in the Lenormand. So I'll just discuss it through that, because we do have the Rider coming through first and foremost, which, I feel like this is you trying to make that decision of which way am I going, which way am I heading here? Am I sort of riding off into the sunset, or do I need to ride back around and, corral the stock a little bit more? It's kind of giving off that kind of energy. I'm kind of seeing like a a cowboy movie where it's, does the cowboy, ride around the stock and do a few circles, or does the cowboy ride off into the sunset for you here, Gemini? I am seeing that for a lot of you, this is the decision coming through here. We have the mice on one hand, and then on the other hand, we have that ship. So the mice does sort of show us that there's something in the past, that it does reflect a lot of past sort of stuff here, getting a little bit stuck on what's happened in the past, a bit stressed out about things that might have happened in the past, things that you've lost in the past, and this tendency to do a few circles and whatnot. Just won't be a moment, Gemini. My doorbell's just rung. Sorry about the weird pause there, Gemini. My doorbell just rang, so I had to go and check that. But yeah, so this mice energy, it's all about the past, things that have stressed you out, feeling as though you've, a little bit stuck, trying to, really resolve how to let go. And that's that cowboy doing circles around the stock, going around and just checking everything over and seeing, have I actually learned everything I need to learn from the things that have, happened in the past, and am I ready to move forward? So with the ship energy, that's all about that forward movement. Am I ready to start new journeys? Am I ready to, take on some new adventures and sort of jump on that ship and set sail? Or, am I still just needing to sort of corral my energy a little bit here and really work through things? So I do feel there's a little bit of stuck sort of energy here for a lot of you, Gemini, just sort of stuck on, kind of, it's this energy of wishing things could be back to how they were, but knowing that you need to sort of start a new journey altogether. But you kind of still sort of, stuck in this loop a little bit here where you're trying to see if there's any way in to reinvigorate the past here, or if this is, going to just be, okay, it's better off to just jump on that ship and go, to distant shores. Advice for Gemini with this energy, please. We're seeing the key come through first here for your advice, Gemini, which is all about, jumping into the new, opening up new opportunities for yourself, not being afraid to open that door and step outside of, the past that is kind of holding you back a little bit here. There's a lot of success for you with new opportunities at the moment. So really, not being afraid to open yourself up to the new opportunities that are coming in for you here. With the key, we do a lot of the time see that there is opportunity around you. It's just a matter of, jumping on that and going forwards. We do also see the fox here. So this does really let me know that, in the long run, these new opportunities are actually, for your highest good, for your highest self here, in the sense that you are, it's kind of focusing on your self-survival, that in order to survive the things that you've been through in the past, you actually need to move forward. So I know that letting go is not necessarily the easiest thing, but there is this need for you to do that, to really look out for yourself and, stand strong in your own independence. Do what you need to do and say what you need to say to yourself to move forward, but don't sell yourself short in the process. There is this energy here coming through that it's needing to be very strong and not selling yourself short in some way or shape here. So, with these new opportunities, jump through those doorways, but also don't sell yourself short in the process. Don't allow the past to hold you back, thinking that you only deserve what you've had in the past. I feel like for a lot of you, this is entering into the unknown a little bit more here, and taking opportunities that you're kind of selling yourself up towards. So, for example, if you're, going for a new job, and that, you don't quite have enough qualifications for that really good job, and then you get offered that really good job because you've, taken some liberties with the resume or whatever, but you also get offered another job which, you know, you're overqualified for. Don't sell yourself short. Don't step down into that job that you're overqualified for. Maybe, you know, give yourself a bit of you know, task here where you may be a little bit underqualified, but have faith in yourself that this is actually the opportunity that you're waiting for here. That, you know, don't sell yourself short. You can do it, even if you feel as though you may not quite be up to par with that. Okay, so for some of you, that may be an actual job situation, because that is coming through strongly as the example there. But, you know, this can be in any aspect of your life as well. But we'll have a look at what's going on, you know, in general with your love life. What's going on for Gemini with love and romance? What does Gemini need to be aware of for love and romance, please? Yeah, so we do have study. So once again, don't sell yourself short. You can always study and get a little bit better at what you're doing, even if you have to, you know, knuckle down and study and learn some extra stuff that you maybe don't know, to achieve best possible results for yourself. Study, very important for you at the moment, especially with love. Let love show you how to learn from each other. So, you know, studying and observing, you know, watching how somebody else does things and shows love and appreciates love and affection and those sorts of things, and allow that to guide you in how to show love to that person. And we also see the barrier card, all right? So find ways around obstacles to find happiness. So, you know, there may be, you know, once again, going back to that meditation energy of, you know, improvements require persistence. It's telling us these obstacles, these barriers, they're not permanent. They're things that you can get around. Okay, it's finding alternate ways around those obstacles. It may need a little bit of extra study and persistence, but with a little bit of hard work, you know, everything worth doing is worth doing right? Gemini, what else does Gemini need to know in regard to love and romance? Near future for Gemini with love and romance. Children. So for some of you, this is what that barrier is. Your love life is being affected by children. So, you know, maybe for some of you, that is what that barrier is, that you are just sort of needing to, you know, deal with this thing of one of you may have children and having to take that into account when you are sort of, you know, dating and things like that. It's not the easiest thing to date, you know, when you do have children, you know, and getting out and about and going on dates and finding babysitters and all that sort of stuff can be quite difficult. For others of you, I do feel as though this children energy is more along the lines of somebody's immaturity when it comes to love, whether that is you or somebody that you might be dealing with. There is this impact of immaturity, and just realizing that that's just a barrier. It's something that can be worked around. It's not necessarily the be all and end all between yourself and this person. We also have calling in your soulmate here, Gemini. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So definitely on the right, you know, the right process when it comes to love, that you are creating, you know, a much stronger version of yourself and a much stronger version of the person that is attracting, you know, that somebody on the same frequency as you, as in soulmate connection here. So definitely, you know, it just may take a little bit of, you know, observing and observing the relationships around you as well, of, you know, what you idealize when it comes to love and relationships, you know, getting past any barriers that may be in the way for you there. But meditation and affirmations seem to be really useful to you at the moment, Gemini, in moving forward in your life, just in general, as well as with love. But I just want to double check with the lenormand for you as well. Okay, Gemini. Advice for Gemini with love and romance. Advice for Gemini with love and romance. Oh, it's giving me the same energies as what we were just sort of talking about. On the bottom of the deck, we do have the child energy there. So hidden energy of the child energy, that immaturity. But it can also talk about, brand new beginnings. And, we do see behind that the stars card too. So, behind this obstacle, your dreams come true. Okay, so behind this immaturity and whatnot, there really is this energy of the potential that you're wishing for coming true here as well, Gemini. But we do see here the ring, the clouds, and then the book. So, we do sort of see you here once again doing circles, just in general, looking at the cycles you've been through when it comes to love, still sort of deciding whether you're starting those new journeys or whether we're sort of trapped in past cycles here, breaking past cycles for a lot of you here, Gemini, to be able to move forward and get on that ship like we spoke about and move forward for yourself here. But it also does show us that you are thinking very heavily of a relationship. The clouds is all about your thoughts. So, we do see that calling in your soulmate energy too. So, the more that you're thinking about this, the more that you're manifesting this, you are going to have that come in for you. I do feel that with the clouds showing in this as well, with the clouds is a very sort of logical, rational energy. So I would sort of suggest to a lot of you here, Gemini, to maybe try not to be so logical and rational when it comes to the way that you're manifesting love into your life and relationships into your life, because that can actually hold that energy back. So, it's kind of asking you to, rather than overthinking, I want this, I need this, I want this, I need this, try to just sort of think more along the lines of, like what exactly I want, rather than trying to bring forth a specific person, or things like that. Really think about what your green flags and your red flags are, the things that you will not compromise on, and use your logic in that way. The way of, I want somebody who's loyal, kind, blah blah. I will not tolerate someone who does this or that, or I'm hearing in the back of my head here the No Scrubs song by TLC, so no, not, being very clear with yourself and thinking very clearly, I'm not going to put up with that anymore. Like, if I've dealt with someone in the past, like, because what's in the song is, talking about someone who's got no car, no job, no prospects kind of thing, really thinking very clearly about, I'm willing to compromise on the person that I, do have a relationship with, but I'm not willing to put up with somebody who is, this or that, or has no drive. I feel like for you, Gemini, it's all about that drive, because you're feeling a little bit in between worlds at the moment. So you're really trying to focus on, that next level up within yourself. So focus on, the version of yourself that you want to be. What would that person's ideal partner look like? Okay, and that's going to help push you up to that next level as well, and really manifest somebody on that same level, rather than manifesting yourself as you currently sort of feeling stuck and seeing yourself currently. Think about, this is who I'm aspiring to be. So who matches that person, rather than who matches me right now, who matches that person that I am going to be. I feel as though that's really going to help you out here. We do also see the book energy there, Gemini. So, once again, studying. I feel like for a lot of you, looking at the relationships around you, so I'm kind of getting this idea of, looking at, that you may have somebody around you who, like a family member or something like that, who has been in a very long-term relationship, and sort of studying that relationship and seeing, how they treat each other. what they do when they have a fight or something like that in order to maintain the relationship rather than sort of throwing it out the window. How are they, keeping that relationship? How are they resolving conflict and problems within the relationship, and looking at the strengths, that you desire for yourself in the future here as well. Maybe a little bit more research needing to happen on exactly the sort of person that you are trying to manifest here, because I feel as though for some of you, you're just very, very much currently in that energy of, oh, I want a relationship. I want to manifest a relationship. But you're not thinking more than that. You're not delving into, I want to manifest a relationship that is a healthy, looks like this kind of relationship. The more you generalize your manifestations, it very muchly becomes that be careful what you wish for energy, because, if you're not putting some sort of, guideline to that manifestation, quite often you do manifest things that may not actually be what you're truly wanting there. So you're needing to be a little bit, think about that a little bit more about, hang on, what actually am I trying to manifest here? Am I just trying to manifest a person, no matter what that looks like? Or am I trying to actually manifest a person that actually equals and balances and is a healthy thing for me, rather than, if I just take the first thing that's offered, it may be something very toxic and not actually healthy for me in the long run. So just keep that in mind as well, Gemini. It does seem as though you do need to sort of really, observe and study and really sort of, learn a little bit more, research a little bit more exactly what you're wanting the future to look like for yourself here, and that will actually help you get out of that kind of stuck energy as well, because you'll actually have some sort of solid steps that you're working towards, rather than just sort of, I've got this general kind of idea, but I don't know how to get there. So you're kind of in between at the moment, but just a little bit of work on some clarity and researching for yourself what exactly the future is looking like, and what you look like for yourself in the future as well. So just to clarify that and start taking steps towards that goal. Okay, but that's what we have for you today, Gemini. You're more than welcome to check your other placements, of course, and hopefully I will see you all again soon.